Hello, and welcome back to my channel. I was about to do the recording for this video, so this is going to be the August 2024 energy update for the collective, for everyone. I'm going to be pulling some cards, and right before I was going to record, I thought, I have some new Oracle decks coming in the mail. I'm going to check and see if they're here, and they arrived this morning, like literally 2 hours ago, so I went out and got them. You know, when you get a new Oracle card deck, you like want to get it all like attuned. That's kind of usually what people call it, but you just kind of want to get familiar with the deck a little bit, look at the cards, get more comfortable with them, set intentions with them. Like I don't just like whipping it out the box and then immediately starting to use them, especially for other people. So I took a little bit to get used to my new deck that I'm so excited about. I got 3 new decks, so I will not use them all in this reading, but you'll see more videos coming out with some of the other new decks. But this one I'm going to be using for this reading is the Healing Waters Oracle from Rebecca Campbell. I first saw this when it came out, like, I don't know, a year or 2 ago, and I was like, I need that. And then, like, I always forgot to buy it, or like, you know, I was like, oh yeah, like next time I'm at the store, I'll buy it, or next time I see it online, I'll buy it. And I never did. And then yeah, recently there was like a sale from Hay House, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna buy it. I need to buy this. I've been wanting to buy it forever. If you're into like starseed origins, like you're into like starseed things, you are a starseed. For me, I am Mintakan. That's my starseed origin. So I like feel so deeply connected to water in some ways, and also like not, if you know me, but I'm very deeply connected to waters in like a spiritual way. So I'm very drawn to like, you know, pictures of water. Like I just feel like, you know, there's a familiarity there for me. So when I saw this deck come up, I was like, oh, I need to get that because it's going to be so good. So yeah, I'm excited to use it. So yeah, like I said, this is going to be August 2024 energy update. I'm just going to like pull a few cards, 3 to 5. We'll see what flies out the deck. And this is going to be just a collective energy update and reading, kind of like what we need to know. If you've watched my videos before or you've been in my world for any amount of time, you'll know that the work that I do is like very diverse, and a lot of it is channeling work. And so as much as I'm going to be like using these cards as like a fun little thing, seeing what's coming through, I'm also going to be channeling information myself and through the cards. So the decks always come with like little books. I have not opened this yet. I sometimes look at them like every now and then, especially when it's a new deck. I like to see kind of maybe what things say. But for readings for other people, especially, like I don't use the book. Like I like it just to be intuitive. So I will not be using the book for this reading. I'm going to be just pulling cards and seeing what comes through. So let's shuffle them up and see what is coming through for August 2024 for the collective. Immediately I'm like Lionsgate. Obviously that's very top of mind for me. If you follow me on Instagram or you're on my email list, then you'll know that I'm hosting a Lionsgate ceremony. It's going to be like breath work, energy healing, live channeling, maybe some card pulls, who knows. And so that's very top of mind for me right now as I'm, you know, advertising and letting everyone know about that. I'll link it in the description to this as well if you're not signed up yet. But yeah, I feel like Lionsgate's always a really potent energy for August. It's like, you know, Lionsgate, if you're unfamiliar, is August 8th, 8-8. So 8 is the energy, like the number 8 is the energy of abundance. So a lot of people love to do things around the Lionsgate as like an abundance portal. So it's kind of like this day where there's a little extra juju and we can kind of lean into that energy. So the ceremony that I'm going to be running that day, it's a group ceremony, and it's going to be focused on abundance, and just it's kind of like one of those mystery things. Like I don't really plan for events like that, and I just do like live channeling, what's coming through, what do we need to know about like manifesting more abundance in all areas of our life, and I just kind of see what is coming up, and it's going to be a good time. So yeah, if you want to sign up, I'll put that in the description. But that's definitely coming through for August, when I just feel into like the energy of August for the collective. There's definitely like the thread of abundance with the 8-8 portal. And like opening up new pathways to abundance, I feel like is going to be a big theme, is like opening up your perspective of abundance. First off is like, when we think of abundance, we often think of money. Like a lot of us, we desire more money. Money makes the world go round. So a lot of times when we're like, oh, manifest abundance, people think money, right? But there's abundance in so many other things, right? Like there's abundance of love, attention, opportunity. Like there's abundance in everything. We can have an abundance of anything. So really opening up your perspective to different ways to attract abundance. And in that, like, I feel like this is going to be a huge rant and I haven't even looked at a card yet. But I guess the message that's really coming through that I want to share before we dive into the cards is like, the frequency of abundance is the frequency of abundance of all forms. So oftentimes when we're finding that we're having difficulty attracting like one type of abundance, which for a lot of people, like the pain point is like money or love, right? And they'll say like, oh, like I feel like so much like lack energy around money, or I feel like I never have enough, or whatever it is. We can see how that's showing up in other areas of abundance. And we can also tap into the abundance in other areas to attract the area that we're desiring. So because it's all the same frequency, it's all abundance, the more that we feel abundant in, attention or love, the more that we're going to start seeing abundance coming in financially, right? So I feel like a lot of people in August are going to start to like open their eyes a little bit more to that and to the ways that you are currently living in abundance, you are currently living in overflow. And the more that you recognize that and lean into that and lean into how that's already showing up in your life, the more you're going to start attracting it in that one area that you're like, why does it feel so sticky? So that's what's coming through intuitively first off, but let's dive into the cards. So I got 4 here. Okay. Oh my gosh, I love this. First card, cleansing, releasing the old, energetic tune-up, new beginnings. I don't know about you guys, but if you're watching this like at the end of July, because I'm probably going to post this a little bit early, like not August 1st. If you are watching this like days after the full moon in Capricorn on the 21st of July, you are probably feeling this so strongly, this like cleansing, releasing of old energy, like just a new beginning. I feel like for me, like the weeks leading up to the full moon, like most of July, have just felt kind of like foggy. Like I feel like a lot of my clients are feeling the same way too, where they're like, it just feels kind of like unclear, like I'm at a crossroads. I feel like I'm being pulled in a few different directions. I feel like my energy's just spread out, like just all kinds of like funkiness. And I feel that after that full moon, a lot of us are feeling this like renewed sense of energy. We're feeling like a little more clarity is maybe starting to drop in. And of course, as we like, pass that full moon phase down into the new moon, we're going to really experience that new beginning. So, and I feel like the new moon is going to be falling around the beginning of August. I haven't looked at like the specific date or anything. So this definitely feels like a really new beginning after that blue moon, like the full moon in Capricorn on July 21st. I feel like a lot of us are feeling like a new cycle is beginning, like it's just like that breath of fresh air energy. And I feel like August is going to bring us that, like, it almost feels like unexpected things dropping out of nowhere. And it's like that are a catalyst to a new beginning. It's like an opportunity dropping into your lap that you're like, oh my gosh, like I would have never thought about this, or like, I never thought this would happen to me. And it's like this opportunity dropping in that you're like, this changes everything. Like this changes everything. And it's just like this catalyst for a new cycle, a new beginning. And you're just like, you understand how everything that happened over like the last 6 months led you to this point. Like, I hope that makes sense, but it's kind of like this feeling of, it was all worth it. The new beginning, like the feeling, if you've been feeling like, this is what's coming through now, is like, if you've been feeling like you're stuck in this cycle, like the last 6 months, maybe even longer, but I feel like 6 months is what's really coming through, is like the cycle that you felt like you've been stuck in for like 6 months. Like you feel like, oh my gosh, like I just like can't break out from this pattern. I feel like I'm getting the same results in this one area of my life. Like what is going on? Like something's got to give. Something is going to give. And I feel like this is a new cycle that's going to be beginning for a lot of us, and everyone's going to experience it in a different area. Obviously this is a collective reading, so like take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But yeah, I feel like it's just like this new beginning is going to start, and you're going to be like, oh my gosh, like thank goodness I'm done with that last 6 months and all the struggles and everything that I had during that 6 months, like it all makes sense now, and I'm on a new timeline. Like I feel like the energy of this card and the energy of August is really giving me like timeline hopping, quantum leap, if you want to call it, like just like this start where it just feels like you're coming up for fresh air, like you can breathe again. You're just like, yes, yes, thank goodness this is a new start is here. Like I feel that energy so strongly for the collective. Okay, let's see what we have number 2. Immerse yourself, training, learning new hobbies and passions. So this is kind of interesting because like I feel like, when I do these collective readings, obviously it's collective and that collective includes me. So like I definitely feel a lot of this so strongly. And for me, like obviously I'm starting this YouTube channel, like I'm really new to it. Like I've been doing it for like a couple weeks or something by this point. Got like 5 videos up maybe. So like it's very new and it's like a new hobby that I'm exploring where like I love to pull oracle cards and like I love to do this kind of channeling for myself and I love to do it for others too. And like, I used to have like a podcast that I would do stuff like this sometimes on, but I don't know, like randomly I was just like, what if I just start a hobby? Like there's, I'm not really selling anything on here. Every now and then I'll mention like, I have like the Lionsgate thing, like I'll mention that or if it comes up, but like I'm not on here like sharing information to be like, so this is why you should sign up for my stuff. But it's like this hobby that I'm starting, and obviously, if it takes off and monetizes down the road, that's awesome. But it's a creative outlet for me to be able to like share something I like doing, practice my own channel, like all that kind of stuff. So I definitely feel this energy for myself where it's like, yeah, like the start of something new, starting of a hobby. And I feel like this is like it too, like the new beginnings, right? So I feel like for a lot of us, like an opportunity in August, I was supposed to say October, oh my gosh, an opportunity in August is like, do that thing you've been thinking about trying and like, just let it be fun. Like, I know for a lot of people in my audience are entrepreneurs. So, we can get so consumed in our business and like wanting to do things that are going to propel our business forward. And for me, like, obviously this is like a branch of my business in a loose way. Like, I'll talk about an offer every now and then, but like, it's not, like showing up to deliver content in a way that like is looking to convert into sales. It's just a way to express my creativity and share something and serve people and like, provide a little entertainment with oracle card pulls. So this isn't really something that's like a needle mover means to an end in my business, but it's something creative that I enjoy doing right now. And I'm just like following that. I'm immersing myself in it, right? So I think that's kind of what this card is. The message I'm getting from this card is like, allow yourself to go all in on something that doesn't really have like a means to an end. Like it just gives you pleasure. Like it gives you joy. Like you just like doing it. And I feel like, yeah, on here it says passions. So maybe it's a new hobby, maybe it's not, but it's like, do you have a passion for doing something? Like for me, like I love channeling. It's a passion. I love oracle card pulls. I love sharing my message. I love consuming content like this. So I know that like, creating it's fun too, and knowing that other people love to consume it as well. So for me, this is like a way to immerse myself in something creative that's just for fun. It's just for me. It's for serving others. And there's no means to an end. It's not work. It's not, there's no motive behind it really. It's just kind of like sharing a message and having some fun. So I feel like August is going to be a really good opportunity for you to find something like that for yourself, whether it's like you're taking up knitting or you're going to start running. I'm also starting running. I feel like it's been a hot summer, but I've made a goal to start, learning how to run. I've never been a runner. So that's another thing I'm kind of immersing myself in, that like there's no means to an end. Obviously, like, I'll get healthier and whatever, but there's no like, this is going to get me a direct result. I'm just doing it because I enjoy it. It's good for my mental health. It's good for my joints, like, all that kind of stuff, improving cardio. So what can you start in August that's going to just be something for you to immerse yourself in that isn't a means to an end for like your career or your business or somebody else, right? So I feel like there's a big opportunity there too. And what's coming through around this too, I thought I was done with this card, but I'm not. What's coming up around this too is like, August is always like a theme of abundance because of the 8/8 portal, right? Like we're always going to have kind of like a general theme of abundance. And in this, like, it's realizing that when we're not so focused on abundance and like how to obtain more and stuff, we're more attractive to it, right? Like when we are like, especially this is going to resonate for entrepreneurs. If you're not an entrepreneur, then sorry, this message is mainly for them. But it's like when we're like an entrepreneur and we're in our business and we're like, what more can I do? What more can I do? Like, how can I like write more emails or put out more content or whatever? Like, and we're just so focused on doing that kind of thing. But we're not like nourishing ourselves. We're not having joy outside of our business. And like, we're not as attractive to money and abundance and clients flowing into our business as we are if we're like, you know, enjoying ourselves, having fun, taking care of our bodies, moving our bodies in a way that feels good, like enjoying a hobby, like that kind of thing. Like that's abundance frequency, right? Like that's like the richness of life is like you're living your life. You're not actively always striving to chase after a goal. You're immersing yourself in something else. And I feel like for some people, this is going to be the key to like the next level in their business or to the promotion at work or to the like attracting love in your life, like whatever it is that you're wanting more abundance in. I think really the key for a lot of people is going to be immersing yourself in something else, in something that just brings you joy, brings that like heart frequency up, and you just do it for you. I feel like that's going to be a huge key for people. Okay. What else do we have? This one went flying out. Okay. The Healing Lagoon. I love this picture. Rejuvenate, recovery, time to heal, is safe to stop. Love that. So for some people, this could be like you're actually feeling like August is a month to slow down and turn inward. But what I really feel like the majority who are going to be listening to this message is like what the message is for this card is not so much of like turn inward, rest, stop, but like I feel like for most people it's like stop trying so hard. I feel like it's the message of you don't need to do more and it's okay to slow down. Like I feel like it's a time to heal, it's safe to stop. That's what it says. But I feel like for some people it's like you don't need to do more and like take more action sometimes you actually need to do less, right? So if you know anything about like, you know, feminine, masculine energy balance, it's like the masculine's very like, go, go, go. What more can I do? Like, let's get stuff done. Whereas the feminine's more like, let's slow down. Let's turn inward. Let's get creative. Let's be intuitive. Let's, you know, be open to receive, right? And I feel for some people, the message of like, you know, what you can do in August to support abundance and just support your growth is going to be to lean more into that feminine energy, lean more into like, not feeling like you need to do more, feeling like what you've done is enough, feeling like you can take time for yourself to do like the inner work instead of taking action externally. Like, I feel like it's not like, oh, turn inward and cocoon and shy away from the world. It's more like turn inward and like alchemize your experience, turn inward and do the inner work that's going to propel you forward faster and like take action based on the inner work. Like, I feel like that's kind of the message coming through here as opposed to just like retreat and shy away. So I feel like there's going to be a big opportunity for a lot of us in August to look at where we're like overdoing something, look at where we're pushing too hard at something, look at where we're like spreading ourselves thin and where we can instead be like slowing down, opening ourselves up to receive, knowing that what we've done is enough, taking aligned, precise action over like just throwing spaghetti everywhere for what we want. So like, yeah, I feel like this could be for business. It could be for love life. Like if you're attracting a partner and you're on like 18 different dating apps. I don't even know how many there are. And you're like, you know, messaging like 100 people, going on all kinds of dates. It's like you're spreading yourself so thin. You're trying so hard. And it's like, what if you just said like, I'm going to like slow down, turn inward and intuitively pick like, you know, one dating app that I'm going to like just go in on. And I just intuitively feel like the person I meant to meet is going to be on there. So like, I feel like it's going to be something like that, whether it's that specific scenario for you or something else. Like if it's not love life, it could be another area. But I feel like it's really time to like turn inward and receive your own intuitive guidance on what actions to take instead of just taking all the action. So the last card that we have is so pretty. It's called the Pearl, Alchemy, the Reward at the End, the Grit, from Grit to Grace. So I love that. I feel like this really draws back the energy of this one for me is like back to that first card of like new beginnings. I feel like the Pearl, it's like, right? I think it says the reward at the end. Yeah. it's like that reward, like, and I feel like this is really coming back to what I said about that 6-month cycle. Oh my gosh, my computer just like closed. Hopefully it kept filming. Yes, it did. Okay. I need to make sure it doesn't time out after 20 minutes next time. But yeah, I feel like it's like that reward. So I'm coming back to that like 6-month cycle where you might have felt like, you know, the last 6 months, things were really hard. You're repeating the same lesson over and over again. You're feeling like, when am I going to get out of this? I feel like August is a month where you got out of it. And I feel like that's exactly what I said with this card, the new beginnings. I feel like these are just like, you know, reiterating the same message of like, the reward is there. And like, I think too, like, not to get people in the cycle of like, did I do enough or whatever? But I think, you know, as hard as things were over the last 6 months, I feel like the more you like push through that, and I feel like that's that grit, like the more you were like, I'm going to keep going anyway. I'm going to keep going anyway. Like, I know this thing is meant for me, whatever. I feel like your reward is going to be sweeter, right? You're going to have like that bigger pearl or whatever. So I feel like August is the month where like I said, like the unexpected drops in, like something's going to drop in for you, whether it's like money, an opportunity, a person, a promotion, whatever it is. And it's going to be that thing where it feels like that pearl where you feel like everything over the last 6 months was worth it. I see how everything's working out, how it all played out. I'm so glad that's over. I'm so glad I'm in this new beginning. So I strongly feel like a lot of us are going to have like a new beginning in August. And I'm so excited for that for myself too, because I definitely feel that energy within myself, just with various areas of my life. There's a lot of new beginnings on the horizon for sure. So that is your card pull for August 2024. I had to think about that. So again, thank you so much for coming on my channel, for being a part of my community, whether you're coming over from Instagram, whether you're new to my world. I always link my Instagram in the description here in case, you know, you're not already connected with me there. I love to chat with people in my DMs. You can always message me and see what I'm doing and sharing and posting and stuff over there. If you like this Oracle card deck, I'm gonna, like I said, link this in the description as well if you want to purchase it. Highly recommend. It's beautiful cards. I have a few different decks from Rebecca Campbell. I also have the Work Your Light and the Starseed Oracle, and they're all just like the most beautiful graphics, the most beautiful messages, and I love it so much. So I'll actually link all of her decks if you want to like check them out, but I'll link the one I used today for sure too. And I'll link the Lionsgate portal, I'll link everything in my description, and of course, make sure you subscribe. I appreciate everyone who subscribes and comments and likes and just engages with my content here on YouTube as a new creator. It helps me to get my message out there, right? Like obviously the more you're engaging, the more, you know, the algorithm gods or whatever, I don't know how YouTube works, is gonna push out my stuff for me, get my message out there. More people can hear these channel messages and experience my work. So I appreciate everyone who is a part of that, everyone who's in this community and who engages with my stuff. And I just love you so, so much. And I thank you so much for being here. And of course, keep an eye out because I'm going to be popping up some more stuff. I don't really have a plan right now as to like, you know, any kind of schedule with YouTube. I know some people who do like card pulls and things on YouTube kind of have like, you know, a monthly thing, a weekly thing. I'm just kind of like winging it, experimenting. If you know me, like I'm very big on experimentation. So I'm just kind of experimenting, seeing what I like, seeing what types of videos I like posting, the lengths, like how often I like doing them. And we're just flowing over here. So you'll see new content at least like once a week, probably more than that. And either way, I just thank you for showing up here and for being a part of everything. So I hope you have the most amazing August 2024.